to be here on today. And my name is Angela. I would say L. Young, because I brand myself everywhere I go. Angela L. Young, and I am the president and founder of the Sanctuary Book Club. My sister is Daphney Young. Daphney, raise your hand. She's the vice president of the Sanctuary Book Club, and we are so proud to be in partnership with Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. And what makes us especially proud of it is because the message that we are amplifying on today, do y'all know what the message is? Okay. It's all on social media. It's everywhere. We've tried to make sure that people understand that they need to designate before they celebrate. Now we get ready to celebrate a lot, Alex, right? We're about to throw down, right? But before we do all of that, we must make sure that if we plan on drinking, that we should have a designated driver. So many partners are here, and I think Daphney at the end will highlight our partners. But I want to bring to the stage, to the podium, Angela, sorry. Lisa Freeman, the Executive Director of Louisiana Highway Safety. She is the reason why we can continue to doing the great work that we are doing in Southern Louisiana. Lisa, come on up.
The Lord is the reason, right? And He sends us all the best helpers in the world. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Sister Daphney. Thank you so much. So what a great time to be in New Orleans. You know, the Essence Festival of Culture doesn't get any better than this, right? Right. It does not. So today, as Angela said, Louisiana Highway Safety Commission has gathered our friends and our safety partners to talk about something very important, something that's affecting all of our communities, not in a positive way, and that's the tragedies that impaired driving is causing on our roadways. So our conversation today is coming at a time when many families are talking about what they'll be doing for the summer. You know, many are making plans to go on vacation, plans to visit relatives while the kids are out of school, maybe even planning a destination wedding, right? And the planning is very much about the where. You know, where are we headed? Is someplace out east, someplace west, maybe overseas? And while the where of planning is very important, today Louisiana Highway Safety Commission wants to focus on the who part of the planning. And so when we say the who, what do we mean by the who of the who part? It's the person responsible for getting us from one place to the next during our celebration. We call that person the designated driver, although we could have other names for that person. Our hero, our lifeline, right? Identifying who that designated driver will be when we are making our travel plan is the most important part of the plan. Designating that person before we travel, before we celebrate, is the most important piece of the celebration plan. You know, in Louisiana, I'm sure a lot of people are some good cooks in here, right? I'm assuming, yes. I mean, it's Louisiana, of course. We know good food. And so many of our recipes begin with the instruction, first you make a roux. You seen that? You know, you open the cookbook, first you make a roux. And that's how we ensure that it's going to be a great stew or a really fantastic gumbo. So our message today is to start your celebration with a plan to first off designate a person to get you home safely when all the celebrating is done. And that's how we ensure it's going to be a great and safe celebration with many more Essence festivals ahead. Thank you so much for letting us come and visit with you and message today. And welcome to all of the folks that are here that show up year after year. You guys, you are our heroes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm just going to trust you on that roux because I don't cook. Yes. Next we have someone that's new. He's brand new to his position. Mr. Joe Donahue. He's the Secretary, Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. Let's welcome him.
Thank you all very much. It's very nice to be here on a beautiful day in the wonderful city of New Orleans. And I'm very glad to have been included in preparations for the 30th annual Essence Festival of Culture. And I stand before you as someone who is deeply committed to the safety and well-being of all of the drivers on Louisiana's state highways and our local roads, whether they're traveling to Louisiana or within Louisiana, our hometown residents. So as we prepare for this year's Essence Fest celebration of culture with food, drink, song, and dance, I think it is appropriate to set aside a moment to address a critical issue that affects each and every one of us, and that is impaired driving. Over the past few years, Louisiana has witnessed far too many tragedies stemming from impaired driving. From 2021 to 2023, there were 3,789 injuries or fatalities on our roads. Last year's 4th of July holiday weekend alone, there were 562. Of those, 1 fatality and 46 injuries were linked with impaired driving. These statistics are not just numbers. They represent lives altered and in many instances, families shattered. That's why today I am here to proudly support the Louisiana Highway Commission's Designate Before You Celebrate campaign, a crucial initiative aimed at preventing drunk and impaired driving by promoting responsible celebration. This campaign is a reminder to all of us that before you raise a glass in celebration, ensure you have a plan in place. Designate a sober driver who will commit to keeping you and others on the road safe, whether it's a wedding, a birthday, or a one-of-a-kind event like Essence Fest. Let's prioritize safety above all else. The touchstone of the campaign is clear. Don't let a night of celebration turn into a lifetime of regret. Like my good friend Lisa Freeman, I often turn to the words of great poets whenever I'm looking to address the public. And I found the following verse, which I thought was completely aligned with the message. Then what a bitter fate was mine, no language could my grief define. Tears of deep regret could not unsay the thoughtless deeds I did that day. A mild alteration, took a little license. But by designating a sober driver or utilizing alternative transportation options such as public transit or ride shares or taxis, we all can play a part in preventing tragedies on our roads. And we all should strive to foster a culture where responsible choices are celebrated just as much as the occasions themselves. So together, let's commit to reducing the number of injuries and fatalities caused by impaired driving. Our actions today can ensure that everyone gets home safely to their loved ones and return next year for Essence Fest 2025. Thank you all, and let's all do our best to have a safe and joyous Essence Fest. And it is hot out there, y'all, so stay cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And those numbers were make us even more proud to be able to do the work that we're doing, because if we can help save one life, we've done some work, right? And we're going to continue to do so. I don't know about you all, but I feel super, super safe in here. Super safe, right? I'm NOPD, state police. I'm so happy. So I'm going to call up 2 representatives from our safety divisions, Lieutenant Colonel Cordell Williams, who is the Deputy Superintendent of Support Services for the Louisiana State Police, and then my chief, our dancing chief, by the way, Chief Ann Kirkpatrick, Superintendent of Chiefs of Police, if they would come in that order. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Chief Kirkpatrick. Are you sure I can go before you? I'm Cordell Williams, Louisiana State Police. I am from North Louisiana, but if I could have your acceptance now, you can show me a little love because my wife is from South Louisiana. So I'm family. On behalf of Colonel Hodges, Louisiana State Police, our troopers, our law enforcement body, thank you so much for having us. The Louisiana State Police would like to urge all motorists to make safe decisions while driving during the Essence Festival and the July 4th holiday weekend. As you know, crashes are often the result of driver decisions. The leading causes include driver impairment, driver violation, speeding, and driver distraction. In 2023, 801 lives were lost on Louisiana roadways, which is a decrease from 19 lives lost in 2022. However, even one life is too many. This year, 233 lives. In fact, let me correct that. Over 233 lives have already been lost in vehicle crashes this year, all of which were preventable. Oftentimes when I speak about numbers and data, you've heard so much of that today, that sometimes it really doesn't resonate until it arrives at our address. Please keep that in mind and share that with those that we love. Share those messages. Common causes of these fatalities include lack of seatbelt usage, something so simple, click it. Impairment, speeding. We strongly encourage everyone to buckle up every trip, every seat, and every time. From behind the wheel, good decisions are rarely made. Bad decisions are rarely made after drinking. We will seldom make a good decision if alcohol is in our system and we operate in a vehicle. We're endangering ourselves and even others. Plan ahead, as you heard before. Designate a driver, use ride-share apps, and avoid taking risks behind the wheel. The Louisiana State Police would assist the City of New Orleans, Chief, also the New Orleans Police Department, in various capacities throughout the festival and the holiday weekend. Troopers will be assigned to events at the Superdome and will conduct roving patrols throughout the French Quarter and the Central Business District. We think this is a great opportunity to serve those and have positive interactions. If by chance those interactions result in other measures, then we'll be professional in that mode as well. We hope everyone have a fun, safe, enjoyable holiday weekend, and remember to help us if by chance you witness any hazardous violations to our public, please remember that you can use and call STAR LSP, STAR 577 to report that activity. Thank you so much, and we appreciate the opportunity. We look forward to serving you.
Well, good morning, and before we get started, could I have Chief again come to join me at the podium? I want y'all to get to know him. He's going to be out there leading the entire Essence Festival. Do y'all know he's been through every Essence Festival since I think almost its founding and beginning. Y'all, it's a first of everything for me. I am so tickled and delighted to be experiencing my first Essence. I've had my first Mardi Gras, and now I'm getting to have my first Essence. So I want to thank the Sanctuary Book Club. Are all of you ladies in gold with the book club? Are all y'all in the book club? You know, okay, just a few of you. Oh, okay, I'm learning. That's wonderful. How great. Well, I have a few words as well to share with y'all about safety, and I also want to thank the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission for prioritizing safety, not only in the state of Louisiana, but particularly here in New Orleans. We want to keep safety, obviously, at the top of our minds as we celebrate. We are indeed truly thrilled to host and welcome the Essence Festival goers and those celebrating the 4th of July weekend here in New Orleans. This really is a time for joy, celebration, and community. And as we have for many years, the New Orleans Police Department is indeed prepared to welcome everyone and to keep you safe. We encourage everyone to join that effort by taking some necessary safety tips. And here are some of them we'd like to remind you of. Be sure you're mindful of your surroundings. If you see something, say something. And of course, don't drive impaired. Designate before you celebrate. We know impaired driving can have serious life-changing consequences for all involved in an accident. Not only the victim, the driver, and of course their families. And so we urge you that if you plan to drink, please appoint a designated driver or use a ride-sharing service or much of our public transportation. And if you see an impaired driver, call 911 and never get in a vehicle with someone who is impaired. The NOPD will be adequately staffed for the events while maintaining staffing in all 8 of our police districts. And that's why I wanted you to actually meet Chief Gantier, because he will be the incident commander for every officer and staff member in the city. So if you need anything, call him. I will also be out and about, and I think you all know that the white shirts are those in rank, and sergeants and lieutenants are also in blue, but they're designated on their sleeves. And all of our hard-working men and women, I can't thank them enough for what they do. The NOPD will indeed, we will be out there on almost every block, making sure that people feel comfortable. There will be indeed the increased law enforcement coverage in the downtown and the French Quarter areas. And this includes mounted patrols, which everyone loves to see the horses, and walking bees. There will also be street closures and parking restrictions, primarily in the French Quarter, for the fireworks display on the river on the 4th of July. There will also be closures and restrictions Friday through Sunday, 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. And the French Quarter will be restricted to residents, hotel, restaurant, and event guests. And as usual, the taxis and rideshare services will be out there to help you out. But before we go, we want to also have a critical reminder. Starting July the 4th, eligible individuals can carry concealed firearms without a permit, except in the city of New Orleans until August the 1st. We encourage all gun owners to act responsibly and be fully informed about the new law. And we have prepared a public service announcement detailing what you need to know about the new gun law, and is posted on our social media pages and website. Again, we are excited to welcome everyone, and we are committed to ensuring a safe and wonderful time for you. So before designate, before you celebrate, and thank you so much for having us this morning.
Thank you so much, Chief. We appreciate your presence, and thank you so much, gentlemen. We appreciate your presence here on today. Oh, you want to? Okay. Oh, Eugene is in charge now. Our head of transportation, City Councilman Eugene Green. Just come on, Eugene. I'm gonna move out the way.
No, there's a reason, everybody. But first, it's great to be here this morning, and thank you, Angela L. Young and Daphney A. Young, for the work that you do. And look, I did impose a little bit because it's just important to recognize that I, as a legislator, I, as a lawmaker, stand strong with our law enforcement community. And I want to thank them for the work that they've done. Angela, just a little bit I just want to say, it's important for us to recognize that we create laws for a reason, but at the end of the day, we strongly support our law enforcement community in enacting whatever has to be done to make those laws work. So I wanted to just say thank you to the members of the New Orleans Police Department and the state police. New Orleans is experiencing one of the largest decreases in crime in the nation. And when it goes the other way, we don't say enough. You know, we say so many bad things, but when it's going the right way, isn't it okay to just say thank you and stand with our law enforcement community? Thank you for the work that you all do. And I just want to say, so much has been said, but we create the laws for a reason, and we don't want anyone to not celebrate and enjoy themselves. Enjoy yourself in New Orleans right now. But in the position that I stand, I see a lot. For example, I see people crashing into fire hydrants, and you see all those light poles that are down. They're down because a car ran into them, and it's always somebody who's impaired. I've also seen the results of people being severely injured and also killed due to driving while impaired. So it's such a very important message, the Sanctuary Book Club and the young sisters and everybody who's behind it. And it's so great to see members of Sigma Gamma Rho here today. We are really, really strongly supportive of everyone having a good time, but following the law. And I'm the one who has to say every once in a while, because sometimes the police have to do their job and they don't use this word. If you drive while impaired, you may be arrested. And that'll be the end of your enjoyment for the rest of this weekend. So I'm encouraging the public to recognize how serious we are about it, and that's why we're gathered here today. Have a great time for this 30th anniversary of Essence. What a great city it is that we can host this type of event and to be safely doing so every year. But thank you, Angela, very much for this opportunity, for this press conference. I encourage everybody to designate before you celebrate, not just words, but do exactly that. Get a friend to help you out, to make a good time happen so that you don't have to spend any time away from the celebration this weekend. So thank you very much, and once again, we're in good hands this weekend with our state police and the members of the New Orleans Police Department. Let's all have a good time, recognizing that it's a very safe environment, and I thank you for this opportunity to share this information with you.
In other words, you will spend the weekend in jail. Nobody's gonna, and please don't call me. Getting all kind of calls. Okay, next up, thank you so much, Councilmember Eugene Green. We appreciate you. Next up, I'm so excited. I see all this gold and blue in here. But the next person that I'm calling up happens to be a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Grateful to welcome and to have in our city Alex Ebanks. She's the Vice President of Communications for Essence Communications, right? Yes. So we want to welcome Alex. Give her a great warm welcome. She flew in on yesterday. Bless you, sorrow.
I was like, thank you, Soraya. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here today. We're so excited about the 30th anniversary of the Essence Festival of Culture. On behalf of Essence and the Essence Festival of Culture, we are just excited to return to our home of New Orleans. Thank you all for embracing us every day. I get to spend, I think, about every month here in the city, and it's one of my favorite cities. It's our 30th birthday celebration. So thank you in the room. First, I want to just, thank you for the partnership year after year to make this amazing moments happen for attendees. So I have to, of course, thank Angela, the Sanctuary, NOPD, make sure I don't forget everybody, State Troopers, Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and Louisiana Department of Transportation for your attention to an issue that impacts our community. But that will allow us to continue to encourage our community to celebrate unapologetically on purpose. So attendees of this year's Essence Festival of Culture, presented by Coca-Cola, will be traveling from several different states and countries in just a few hours, days, all over the world. And however, the laws of the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana are what we will abide by to keep this party going across these 4 days from July 4th through the 7th. All attendees can take simple measures to avoid risks like designating a sober driver, calling a rideshare service, taxi, or staying in one of the wonderful hotel accommodations that the city has to offer, with many of those hotels in walking distance of all of the events that take place around the Essence Festival of Culture. Our event is designated to be a walkable experience, which minimizes risks of impaired driving. And we want everyone to have a safe and fun time with us this week as we celebrate 30 years of loving us, loving the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana. So looking forward to seeing you all throughout this weekend.
Daphney, come on. I'll let my sister take over. She had to get her glasses.
Yes, hello. I'm sorry. So Angie just sprung this on me just now. That if anyone knows Angie, you know that's her. So next is our Syntactic. I never get it right. Syntactic. I do apologize. Regional Director, Southwest Region of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, with her remarks. And the reason why you see so many of them here is because this is one of their national initiatives. And we're so excited that they are here. They support us here at our Essence Press Conference and at our Bayou Classic Press Conference. So I'm gonna ask her to come up right quick.
So, good morning. My name is Miranda Moore, and I am the 22nd Syntactes, or Regional Director of the Super Southwestern Region of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, comprised of Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Now, I stand here today as the outgoing Regional Director. So I'm very excited that we also have with us today our incoming Regional Director that is supporting this. Even though she's recording, Letitia Brandon. Thank you. Now, Chief, you said, who are these women in the gold? Just like you're proud of your squad, I'm proud of mine. I'm going to ask the women of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority and the affiliates of Philos to please stand. The alumni chapters of Baton Rouge, Hammond, New Orleans, and Gretna. Thank you so much for being here today. So I stand here as a community partner. You've heard a lot of the statistics, but let me just tell you a little bit about our history that got us here. It actually started with our Baton Rouge alumni chapter, raise your hand, Mu Sigma, when they first presented a health fair at a middle school way back in 2001. They had 500 children and parents in attendance, and from there they started a whole Buckle Up America campaign. They stood right here on the footsteps of what was in the Superdome for 19 years, handing out literature about traffic safety. We over 2 million pieces of literature handed out over those years. And then Sigma Gamma Rho was fortunate enough to become one of the grant recipients from the Department of Transportation. So, Mr. Donahue, we hope y'all bring that back. Because what we did with that 100K grant is that we went to the grassroots to make sure that we touched the community. That started several things. Specifically, I was more involved with just down the road in Houston with the Buckle Up car safety measurement that went citywide. We actually partnered with Sterling McCall. They donated car seats so we could show individuals how to be safe with their children. From there, that developed into a partnership with the Black Mayors Association. So it allowed us to partner with Black mayors in cities across the U.S. And then that metamorphosized into a partnership with the Super Bowl. So for Super Bowl 38, we actually had a drive-through car seat safety and a whole crash demonstration that was set up. Billboards across the city, thousands being able to see what happens when you don't follow the law. So it was very impactful. So from a community perspective, you've heard the statistics. The important thing to remember is connect with those like Sigma Gamma Rho, and I see some of our other D9 family that's here that have those grassroots connections that can actually be out in the community and leverage those relationships with those organizations and communities that actually have a focus on investing into the community. But the most important thing that we recognize is that it starts with us. We can't ask someone else to be safe if we're not safe. We can't ask someone to follow the law if we're not following the law. If we see something, we have to say something, and we have to be first out on that front line to make sure that we are holding that banner, that we are designated, because y'all know we're going to celebrate. So make sure that you do. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the continued partnership. I love you guys tremendously and everything that you do, and to all the partners that are here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And outgoing, you've done such a great job for everything I've seen for the last few years. So thank you for your partnership with us. And next, I'm going to ask the Greater New Orleans Pan-Hellenic Council to come up front. Those who represent the Greater New Orleans Pan-Hellenic Council, because I'm going to introduce you now to our president, Amani M. Johnson of the National Pan-Hellenic Council. All of our Greater New Orleans Pan-Hellenic Council. Now, if you're in a chapter here in New Orleans, you pay your dues, you should be up here. So Sunday, where's your crew, Sunday? Where's your crew?
y'all like colors. Greetings and good morning. My name is Amani Johnson, and I serve as the president of the National Pan-Hellenic Council of Greater New Orleans. And we are excited to be here. We want to especially thank Daphney, who is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and a representative of the NPHC, and her sister Angela for this opportunity with their organization, Late Centenary Book Club. We're excited to be here. So we just want to remind everybody, again, we're happy to be here with the Louisiana Highway and Safety Commission Initiative, encouraging folks to be responsible as they celebrate this weekend with the Essence Festival. It is a wonderful event, and we have many folks that come over, as you heard, across the world, across the globe, to come celebrate with us here in New Orleans. But we want to make sure you guys are responsible. It's one thing to have fun, but it's another thing then to have that regret at the end of the day for the decisions that you've made. So we definitely want to encourage everyone to designate a sober driver before they celebrate this weekend. There's plenty of things to do, plenty of things to get involved in, but you want to make sure that you properly plan before you go out. So on behalf of the 16 chapters that are part of the National Pan-Hellenic Council of Greater New Orleans, we want to say welcome to our city, enjoy everything that it has to offer, and please make sure you designate before you celebrate.
Good job, and I know Amani has a call at work she has to get to, so she's going to be dashing out of here right down the street to work. And this next person, oh my God, I can say a lot about her, but I'm not going to cry. No. So she's just a great partner. We work directly with her. The sanctuary works directly with Janina, and I mean, we can text on weekends, like recently, day and night, to make sure that our events go off without a hitch. And so Janina is the Occupant Protection and Diversity Outreach Program Coordinator with Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. And she is just a remarkable person. I'm sure some of you have met her before at several of our press conferences. But we're going to bring Janina up to give a few remarks before our closing remarks. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shanita Vasquez. I am the Diversity Outreach and Occupant Protection Program Coordinator for the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. First of all, I am so excited to be here. I am like really, I guess I could say, geeked off of y'all energy. Like, this is so good. This is how Essence Festival is supposed to start. As you know, our logo or motto this year is Designate before you celebrate. Okay, now see, y'all doing it. Okay, let's try this again. I want y'all to say it for me. Our motto this year for the 30th annual Essence Festival is Designate before you celebrate. Oh my God, I hope y'all got that on camera. That's so good. So the good thing about that is that it's going to really resonate with you guys. That's going to stay with you. You're going to be in the kitchen chopping up onions, bell peppers, or online ordering, you know, your food on reservations, or walking down the street about to partake in the many activities that they have down here. That's going to really resonate. It's also going to prompt you to have conversations with your family members. So we've been saying designate before you celebrate. Designate a sober driver, right? What does that mean? Because we know words really do have meanings. Designating a sober driver is someone who has not had 1 ounce of alcohol, have not consumed any type of legal or illegal drugs. So it's very important for us to check on our loved ones, check on our friends and family, and even check in with ourselves to make sure that before we take those prescription drugs, because they are legally prescribed to us by a doctor, that we know how our body is going to react with that. You know, make sure we're not consuming any type of illegal drugs, because we know our wonderful law enforcement officials here will make sure that you will pay for that in the end. You know, but also alcohol. You know, here in New Orleans, we can walk down the street with our cups. There's so many vendors and there's so many delicious drinks from what I heard, because I don't really drink. But you know, the colors are pretty. You know, the colors are pretty. But there's so many things that we can consume. So making sure that our sober driver is that person before we start celebrating. we pick that person that is going to be the responsible one and make sure that they don't drive impaired. And not even just drive, it's also walking. Walking down the street, you can walk impaired. And when you're impaired, you also don't make those conscious decisions like, oh, let me not walk, that's a red light, or let me get on the sidewalk to walk down the street. So that designated sober person will actually make sure that you get to and from your destination safely. So on behalf of the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, this is amazing to see all these wonderful community members and safety partners here today. I hope the public knows that this messaging is really not to dim your light, but to shine your light. We want you guys to partake. We want you to celebrate. We want you to do everything that the 30th Annual Essence Festival of Culture, Music has to offer, because like Alex was saying earlier, you guys, there are a lot of great activities. There are a lot of local vendors and everything that's coming out to really put on the show for you. Also, Sigma Gamma Rho is hosting a safety fair tomorrow at Southern University, New Orleans at 10 o'clock for our swim safety, transportation safety. There's going to be law enforcement safety, fire safety, and also medical safety as well. They're just giving our children the opportunity to get that education, because you know education is power. So for more information, you can visit our website. You can also contact a Sigma Gamma Rho representative. If you don't know who Sigma Gamma Rho is, they are the beautiful blue and gold. But also to thank you to the entire Pan-Hellenic, the Greater New Orleans Pan-Hellenic members, because without you guys, this message would not go as far as it did. So thank you so much for that. To our local partners, thank you for coming out and always being a great support to the Louisiana Highway Safety and our effort on lowering those serious injuries and fatalities on the roadway. And to our state partner, thank you. It's a pleasure for you to be here, and we look forward to our continued strong partnership that we have developed. Thank you guys so much, and remember to designate before you celebrate. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. She's always so, isn't she wonderful? Isn't she wonderful? So we're gonna do our closing remarks and our thank yous, but I think Shanita has done everything. She's thanked everybody. No, you did a good job. You were wonderful. Angie said that I have one on here.
We do, because not only do we do these major press conference events, but we are tasked and charged with going into driving schools and educating at driving schools. And so we happen to have one of the owners of a driving school here. Stand up, sir.
Of NOLA State Driving School, and they always welcome us in to talk to their young adults and the adults at their schools. And so we have several other partners. They weren't able to attend, but we thank them. Also Dillard University, at Southern University of New Orleans, we've gone there several times to speak as well. So many other people in the community that we go to and speak with. So just excited about that.
Okay, and so last but not least, because you know time is of the essence. Yeah. Right? Last but not least, you know, being a ladder holder, being at the top of the ladder, I understand the importance of having ladder holders. Okay, I'm at the top, Daphney's at the top. Well, you have to have people that make sure that you stay strong at the top. And so I want to thank people like Jade and Nikki. Where's Nikki? And where's Kim? Oh, and I'm just going to call her my baby. Stand up, man. She's in charge with us, Maddie.
I call her Maddie.
She's our pest control guy's daughter. And she works with us every year because we want to mentor and bring people along with us on this journey. So I appreciate, oh, and last but not least, stand up, Mom. Our mother, Carrie Phillips. Sometimes it's hard to tell who the boss is, okay? She works for us, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard to tell. That's why you all have water. I wasn't thinking about water. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedules to be here. Please continue to amplify this very important message so that we will have no tragedies. Let's make a difference by having no tragedies during this Essence Festival week and weekend, okay? Thank you again. Oh, Lord, the media. Thank you, guys. Look at Rico, he's happy, she's happy that that's happened. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a safe holiday. Get some more, stay hydrated, guys, for real. It's hot. Okay, I'm sick of getting the text messages talking about heated, but we know that. Every day, but just stay hydrated and have a wonderful time this weekend, okay? God bless you all. We need to get some pictures. We're gonna get pictures of Sigma Gamma Rho. First, our program participants up here, program participants, and then Sigma Gamma Rho, and then the rest, okay?